This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hey everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English, and the last time I checked, this is Daily Flash. We got today's talk and tomorrow's friends. How you doing, baby?
I'm good, how are you?
Man, ready to rock and roll. Here we are halfway through the week, or almost at the end of the week, rather, and ready to get going. They right there are the most important part of the show.
Yes,
right?
they are, and our big social media guru, James Alexander, is here joining us with how you can get involved with the show. James?
Oh, yes. As you know, we're seen on over 219 stations across the country and on American Forces Network. You can also find us on all of our social channels, OTT platforms, streaming, you name it. Or you can go to our website, dailyflashshow.com.
Nice.
You can sound off and leave me a message. I want to hear from you. I definitely want to hear from you.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
I feel like I need to reach out to you.
I know,
Just
right?
after that plea.
And now you give us the question so we can give you an
Yes.
answer to what is it?
That's it. What moment made you realize technology was changing fast?
What moment when you realize that technology is taking you too fast? I think when I found out about that AI, even it's so funny now. Like the Sora, remember when we first got
Yes.
started?
Yes.
It was crazy. Have you been on
No.
it?
Yeah.
No.
I made something up for the show the other day,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Well, Jackson's never gonna see it."
I know. I thought about it, and I'm like, no, too much trouble.
It's too much trouble.
Oh,
I
wow.
hate waiting. It's not even a minute, and I hate
know.
waiting to see what I
We're so
get.
impatient.
Before we get the show going, James did a great job there. Can we
Yeah.
take camera 4 real quick? Can we take camera 4?
I knew it. I knew it.
Come on, I just want. Do it again. Do it again.
Are you two making out?
Do it again. Here, there you
Oh
go.
my God.
Oh, we need some
We
powder.
need to powder you, dude.
Makeup. Where's makeup?
We love you,
shiny.
James. James, I love that green. I said,
Yeah.
James, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have you do weather today. It's a joke. And he goes, okay, I'm ready. I go, well, actually, I can do weather off your back. Because that's that green.
I'm here to brighten your life up.
Just
That's
open
all
up
it
your
is.
jacket.
There you go.
Yeah.
You should wear those kind of
Looks
colors
good.
more. I like that.
Yeah, the gray and the green's a nice combo.
You look sharp, buddy.
I think
Show me your boob. Is that what you think?
pectoral.
As oh, for guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because I was about to give you $1, dude. All right. You can see where this Friday show's at.
Yeah, it's speaking of tech, I briefly talked to you guys about this before the show. I just recently upgraded my phone, and what a nightmare my life was yesterday, because I was without a phone and had no service for almost 8 hours, and
wow.
I have to tell you, I was in panic mode.
Yes.
It was horrible, and I'm like, am I this dependent on this stupid device?
Can we talk about that though?
Yes.
Because as you were telling the story, I had a friend who did almost the exact same
Yeah.
thing you did. Had all kinds of issues with a certain brand of phone that happens to be a fruit. So I'll let you go. But then was Hugo saying he had the same issue?
Yeah. One of our guys on the crew here also had the same issue.
So these transferring over is going to the new ones, causing lots of problems.
Lots of problems. And then what
Shut
I
up,
did
James.
was I'm trading in my phone, so then I'm going through the steps to clear out my old phone.
Yeah.
It erases both phones.
Wow.
I would freak
And
out.
Everything?
Everything. And I was in panic mode. And I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? I mean, it was horrible. It was the worst feeling. And then I didn't have phone service for this today, which means
Because
I
it
couldn't
doesn't
get,
know, right.
Yeah, and then I couldn't get any text messages. It had SOS at the top of both phones while I'm trying to reinstall. The good thing is when I went to erase everything on my old phone, it said won't erase until 2 days later.
Oh,
so
okay,
at
good.
least
So you still had it
it's
back
on
up.
like a
Some
pause.
Would it
Yeah.
be like on the cloud somewhere as well?
It's on the
Yeah.
cloud.
But you don't
then
think of that kind of
know.
stuff.
And then I'm like, well, at least I have my iPad, but
Yeah.
my iPad doesn't have everything on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when's the last time I backed up my phone? I hope it's all backed up. I don't really think about that anymore. I just assume
it automatically does it?
backs
Yeah.
up. So then I'm thinking passwords, and I mean, my mind
Your
is like,
life, no, seriously, your life, let's say you did, let's say
Yeah.
something happened. You would be, because all of the passwords, number one, as you
Yes.
said, but also like trying to get a hold, you know my phone number?
no,
Right?
I can't get a hold of you.
Right.
Zero.
You know what? You guys wouldn't have that problem if
Yeah,
you switched
well.
over to Samsung. Welcome to Android life. Backups.
Your texts are the color of that shirt that I get from you.
That's why, yeah, that's why you wear green and we're in blue. How about that? So there you go.
Yeah, how about
That
that?
makes complete sense. So I'm glad everything's working out now.
So
because I was going to switch over, and I go, you know what? I don't want to change because they're not really changing that much with this with that
Camera's
phone.
supposedly a little better.
You know,
Yeah.
minor from my opinion. But next year I'll probably.
My thing with that is, and this is for all phones, not just our Apple phones. Do you feel as though that the phones are advancing far enough? Because I think it's like little things that are happening between each generation. It's kind of like,
You're right.
should I just hold on to this?
That's
one
that's where I'm
instead
at.
of
And because you have a newer phone, but we have the same iOS. So
Right.
it's like I'm getting the same features that
Yeah.
you're getting. It's just, you have a better camera than
Yeah.
I do. And so to me, it's just not worth the investment to be able to do something
Right.
like that. So I think a lot of people are in that same position.
I haven't tried the camera out, but that's really, it seems to me, and a little bit better battery life than my other phone.
You were
Gotcha.
huge. That was the reason why you changed.
Yes,
yeah.
because the port in the bottom of it was not taking the cable to charge.
Oh,
so I don't know
okay.
what happened with the cable port.
You
but
go to a marriage counselor because I've had
Yeah.
the same problem.
didn't connect to the cable
So have
port.
I. So have
So have I. James switches iOS is a lot though. That's the problem.
Gotta keep the new version.
I don't know if we should call it iOS because that's your operating system. You stay with the same team. You stay. Let's get out of this before we get in trouble.
Yeah.
Let's just get out of this.
So let us know when did you notice your tech
Techno-
changed and,
Yeah.
and have you tried to upgrade a phone and do you have a nightmare
I
story?
think as of late, to
Yeah.
me, it's the AI video
Yeah.
generation. To me, it just has blown me. And there's kids that are growing up. This
Yeah.
is just normal.
Oh, yeah.
And so well, I think
Yeah.
it's messing with my imagination a lot. Of
Well, we've
times,
seen
because
it
I'm
from
like,
the
why don't you
beginning.
just
I
do it?
did too.
It's weird.
And when you're searching anything now, AI pops up with
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
that information before anything else, which I think is weird. Okay, we've got this talker to get to. If you thought an automatic gratuity was an issue, how about an automatic donation fee?
I'm tired of these.
Customer in Australia confused after getting the bill and seeing a donation charge added at the top of their bill. So what do angry diners do when they want to share their outrage? Well,
Go
they
online.
go to social media and
Yay.
post a picture of the restaurant and the receipt, of course. The photo shows a line that reads, 1 times $1 donation listed at the top of their tab. Now, the diner asked a fair question about whether the added quote unquote donation was a new thing at restaurants. Turns out the donation goes towards the Collective Foundation. That in and of itself sounds like some bizarre group.
what is it? The Human Fund, like
The
on
Human
Seinfeld,
Fund,
right?
yeah. According to its website, the purpose of the foundation is to support Australia's hospitality workers long term. Funds are currently being collected via these removable upon request donations to support the 2026 launch of the Future Hospitality Academy.
Oh, I can't wait
The
for
restaurant Chin Chin says they do include the donation fee in small print on their menu and claim the info is included in booking emails in small print, I'm sure. Not the first time they were adding $2 donations. Actually, I should say it's not the first time because they were adding a $2
Oh, I see.
donation fee for homeless programs in previous years.
And then you feel like if you go to the waiter or the management, you go like, I want this dollar off. All right, you
Yes.
look like a big jerk.
Yes.
Like number one. Number two, I have a huge problem when I'm checking out and say, do you want to round up for whatever? Okay, for I'm sure they're great causes. Here's my issue with that. Where does that money? Tell me where that money's going. If that goes into an account to where it's interest bearing, so basically they're going to say Home
Yeah.
Depot. I'm just pulling Home Depot out. Okay.
Yeah.
Home Depot goes, we're going to donate $500,000.
Right.
Well, you didn't do that. We gave you the money for that. A lot of times they'll match it.
Yeah.
They say or whatever. But to me, I don't feel like I should do it. And second thing is, I want to make sure every donation I have is tax deductible.
Yes.
Right.
And I have no idea about who these organizations are.
No,
And
you
so
don't.
to put it on the bill, I think is a big deal. Of course, it's down under, but I can see that happening here.
Yeah.
But I was going to tell you, they're not the only ones that's doing this. Like about 15 to 16% of U.S. restaurants do the same thing. So they add a fee
Oh,
outside
really?
of menu fees and service
Really?
fees. They add a fee. Now, not specifically donation. I'm on chat. Good job, Chat GPT.
Okay.
But not specifically a donation like we see here, but more or less an extra fee.
Okay, it could be like a parking fee or
could
a
be.
resort fee. As I say.
It could be.
You look at your hotel bill. In New York is probably the worst place. They'll go look at your tax. You'll get a $100 hotel room, or let's just say, which is
Yeah.
good luck.
Yeah.
But another $100 of it
Yeah.
will be taxes, fees. Maybe sometimes resort fees
Yeah.
as well. But the fees so that they can have the Javits Center. It's like,
Yeah.
why do I need it? I'm just visiting your city.
The fees are almost more than the hotel room.
Yes.
Yeah. which is crazy.
All right, should there's, look, that's in Australia now. Could be happening our way. Would you have an issue with this? We need to know. Flash at dailyflashshow.com. That is what we're talking about. We're also going to do some relationship refresh. We're talking about traveling and relationships. It actually makes a big deal, right, James?
Yes, it does. Real big.
True test of any relationship. We're going to help your home, and we've also got streaming for the weekend.
All right, you don't want to miss out on that. That's all happening right here. Before we head to break, though, we always give you a brain flash question du jour.
Which planet in our solar system has the shortest day?
Ooh.
We'll have that answer right after this when we
I hope it's
return
not on a
with more of
weekend.
today's trends and tomorrow's talk. You're watching Daily Flash. Welcome back to Daily Flash. Let's see if you got today's brain flash question right. Here is the question. Which planet in our solar system has the shortest day?
I want to say Mercury. I should probably know this.
I would have said Mercury too, but the answer is Jupiter.
Interesting.
Jupiter
Okay.
has the shortest day.
Well, like I said, I hope that isn't a weekend. That'd be the only
What
bad.
if you
If it's
age?
Monday. Monday.
Maybe you age quicker on
I
Jupiter.
bet you would. Yeah, you're right.
Hey, welcome back to the big show. Mitch English along with Andrea Jackson. We all love to travel and take places and go to places that are just beautiful, right?
Yes.
But what if the real destination is actually deeper connection with the people that we love?
Here with some insight is relationship and trauma expert Dr. Janie Lacey.
Hey,
Hi, Dr. Lacey.
Dr. Lacey.
Hey there.
So-
Great to see you.
Absolutely. So let's talk about relationship habits and travel relationship habits. What do we learn when we travel with somebody?
When we look at travel, to me, it's just right. It's a diagnostic tool about what's going on in your relationship. If you strip away the routine, the familiarity, the comfort of home, you see, Mitch, who your partner really is, how they handle stress. You'll see how they communicate when things go sideways, because we know vacation doesn't always go the way that we planned. And you see, right, Andrea, who takes charge, who shuts down, who gets flexible, and who gets rigid. So every micro decision becomes a mirror. And when we think about when our couples come to therapy after they've gone on vacation, because the patterns brings people that they bring to a trip are the patterns that they bring to the relationship, what they bring to the relationship room with us. You don't become difficult on vacation. Vacation just makes it harder to hide it.
That's true.
You're 100% right,
It
yeah.
is. I think a vacation is the true test of any relationship. Why do you think the vacation time matters so much? I mean, in general, yes, but for couples specifically.
I think a lot of times couples think that vacation is a luxury, but I like to reframe that completely, right? Especially for women who are always grinding and hustling and trying to hold everything together, right? We know that oxytocin is released, that bonding hormone, when you have shared experiences with your partner. I mean, you literally are neurochemically drawn closer to each other through shared adventure. So we know that. So, but behind the science, right? Here's what I would want people to know from the therapy room. Vacation gives couples presence. Think about it. And presence is what most couples are starving for. We always hear it in therapy. We just want more time. You take away the distraction in daily life, travel forces you to be here together. And that's not a small thing. I think that's everything for couples.
So would you say those challenges eventually they'll make the couple stronger? It sounds like, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
When we kind of
go ahead.
you think about it, we look at it as like a stress resilience model in relationships. The ideal is that when couples navigate small stressors together, like let's think about it. We've all traveled, delayed flight, a wrong turn, hotel mix up, whatever it may be. Direction.
And the lack of asking for something.
Yeah.
Exactly, right? They're actually practicing skills that they're going to
Yeah,
need
you're
for the
right.
bigger life challenges. They build what we call that relationship coping capacity. Couples who we know that tackle shared challenges together during vacation, they report deeper emotional intimacy and higher levels of trust and satisfaction. But I think the bigger question that we want to ask there is why? Because when someone shows up for you in a hard moment, even a small one, it signals, especially for women, safety. And safety is the foundation of real intimacy.
That is
yeah.
so
That's
true.
a good point. Yeah, I didn't think of that.
A microcosm to the test of any relationship is a good escape room. I'll tell you that for sure. What mistakes do traveling couples make, in your
Oh,
opinion?
yeah. I'm getting ready
Well,
for
I
these.
think they make a lot of mistakes, Andrea, but I think the top ones that come to mind, one is just not having the money conversation. if you haven't had a real conversation about spending expectations before you travel, I mean, you're setting
Ooh,
yourself
good
up, right?
point. Yeah.
You're just setting yourself up for conflict. That feels like
Yes.
it's about money, but is it really? I mean, really, to me, it's about respect and control, right? So that's hands down the first one is having
Yeah.
the money conversation. What's going to be your budget? Another one I would say is about planning, because there's usually one person who plans, and then I hate to say usually she, but she resents
No,
it,
you're
right?
right.
You know, and the travel planning again is just a microcosm of the relationship labor. So if one person is researching, booking, managing, and coordinating, and the other one just shows up, right? There's an imbalance that already exists in the relationship, and travel just makes it visible and louder for many
All
people.
right.
Well, because
And
there's always one person that was like, "Oh, let's don't plan anything," and then the other person is, "We need to plan everything," and
Exactly.
there's the problem.
Yeah.
exactly. I don't know if I had to, go ahead, Mitch.
Well, everything you saying, because we're going to Italy, and I'm like, man, I got some work to do apparently, because I know you're right, but what I wanted to say about this, how important it is to travel, is you said at the top, is that you get these memories, and just as you
Yes.
take pictures, and it reminds you, if you think about it, like if it was a good trip or bad trip, you don't want to put the bad trip pictures up there, but it reminds you, and we just did this week because I just had my anniversary a couple weeks ago, and a picture popped up, and we had to talk, and it was great to talk about and feel those feelings again.
Yeah.
So I wholeheartedly agree with you on everything you're saying. I just got to do a better job on planning. And I used to be the planner. I used to be the guy that would plan everything.
Now you're like spur of the moment. Let's do whatever we want.
Well, I kind of let her handle it.
Okay.
Do you see this a lot? We only have a few seconds here, but like, well, I want to make sure I want to make sure you have a good time. So like, I don't want to plan. I want to make sure you do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Does that happen a lot? You hear?
Yeah, I think if you communicate and you share what your expectations are along the way, it can reveal that you're both on the same page, and then there's no resentment. If she says, you know what, of course, Mitch, I love to plan our vacation, because she is a planner
She is
and
a
she
planner.
likes,
Ooh.
yeah, and she likes order, where you
Yeah.
may be more spontaneous. So you're working from your places of strength versus your places of weakness, or we're not communicating.
Wonderful. Dr. Janie Lacey, thank you
She's
so much.
awesome. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, and they made me feel a little bit better now. I'm going to
Yeah.
follow your advice. And if you want to find out more advice as well, you can, of course, watch this interview all over again. And we'll share this interview on our website at dailyflashshow.com/FMI. Our website's always waiting for you.
Yeah, 24/7. Stay with us.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm James Alexander, and here's your question of the day. What moment made you realize technology was changing fast? You can go to dailyflashshow.com and leave you a message. Just don't breathe heavy on the phone. I don't. Actually, I kind of like that. All right, guys.
I'm sure there's a robot that'll do that for you, James. Thank you so much. We got some trending stories happening around the country and the world.
Yes, we do. Backpackers accidentally crashed a funeral in Thailand after they mistook the venue for a restaurant.
What?
Okay. An attendee observed a couple of German tourists enter thinking it was an eatery. The pair sat at a table waiting for a menu, oblivious to the fact that they were in the midst of someone's funeral. The pair thought the service was a food court after hearing about the place online. Hoping to ease their embarrassment, family invited them to stay for the reception.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm sure whoever's funeral was, they probably appreciate even more people and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Honest mistake, I could see that because it doesn't look like it's a familiar or like a traditional restaurant or whatever, and I'm
Yeah.
sure there's places like that in Taiwan. But how nice of them to keep
I
them
know.
on.
I got to share this story
Sure.
with you. When I was in Colorado visiting family, my uncle was talking about his trip to New Zealand, and they'd done this, 10 years ago. And they went with some friends, and it was a driving vacation. So they started at one end of New Zealand and drove to the other end of New Zealand.
Okay.
And he said in the process of it, somehow he lost control of the car rental because they were in one of these RV type things, and he crashed into this woman's hut, and she had kind of like a shanty cover set up.
Makes
and
sense.
he was and he was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Let me fix it." So he went through this whole thing. They sent him to the middle of town, and the person said, "Well, are you here to see our toilet?" And he's like, "No, I think you misunderstand me. I ran into this woman's thing and I need to fix it." He goes, aren't you here to see our toilet? And he's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, and then the woman goes on to say, make sure before you leave to go check out the toilet. And he's like, I don't understand why all these people are telling me to go look at this toilet. So he's like, fine, we'll go look at the toilet. Apparently some Dutch architect created this bizarre toilet in the middle of this small town in New Zealand next to the hut where he crashed into.
That is awesome. Here's the thing. That's the beauty of traveling around the country.
Yes, exactly. He's like, I would have never known there was this world-class architectural toilet in the middle of New Zealand had I not crashed into this woman's hut.
Come to New Zealand for the views, stay for the toilet. I love that. That actually should be Daily Flash's thing. All right. We come back here to the States and we go up to Long Island, where one Long Island preschool is actually such a big hit with the kids. Parents actually want to sign up too.
Yeah.
It's known as the Pertuti Language and Cultural Center. A mom and former teacher started it as a way to celebrate her Italian heritage. She says that she spends at least 90% of her day speaking to the kids in Italian. And her background includes teaching Italian and Spanish to middle and high school students. The kids learn all kinds of things about the Italian culture, like growing a vegetable garden, kneading pizza dough, as well as playing bocce ball. She offers evening language and culture courses to the parents of the other grown-ups as well, so they can get along. I love this idea. If you have a gift, which obviously she's trilingual, it sounds like, share it with everybody, and because there are people that want to have those experiences. I'm going to Italy. It would be great if something like this was in town. I could find out more on what to expect, maybe talk the language.
I watched more of the Winter Olympics this year than I have ever
Oh,
watched
really?
before. And the fact that it was in Italy, it was like a postcard from start to finish. And I can only imagine that tourism in Italy, not only is it great now, but it will skyrocket because it was so beautiful.
We're going in June, which they say that's the time where, at the beginning of June,
Yeah.
they say end of June, it's like packed. So we'll wait and see. I've always wanted to go, and now I go. And how about having just a little bit of it with a teacher? Right?
Yeah, I know. And then the final closing ceremonies they did
Yeah.
inside the Roman Colosseum. It was incredible.
Okay, so it was the actual one because I thought I thought that one's older than the one in Rome. It's not in Rome because it's Corsica.
Verona. Yeah, and they do special events inside of it.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's in Verona, and it was phenomenal.
Really?
I mean, what a backdrop. They've done several fashion shows and different events. It's a small group. It can't contain a lot of people, but it's really spectacular.
And that one that they were in is
Yeah.
older than the other one,
I
from my
believe
understanding.
so. Yeah,
Somebody told me.
yeah.
Interesting.
Well, a heroic skier captured the heart-pounding moment. He dug a man out from under a pile of fresh snow after an avalanche in Switzerland. 37-year-old Matteo Zio was racing down the Swiss slopes when he noticed a foot.
Oh, wow. Look at this, y'all.
poking out from the snow. The trapped skier had been carving up the slopes, failed to see a group of small bushes, causing him to flip over into a fresh pile of snow. Zillow quickly removed the snow from his face and mouth to check to see if he was okay. Thankfully, the skier was not hurt, and they were able to dig him out from the heavy snowfall.
For some reason, I remembered this from Boy Scouts. If you're ever stuck in an avalanche, you know what you're supposed to do?
No.
You're supposed to spit. The reason why is because when you are under all that snow, you don't know if you're upside down or not. So if you spit and if it goes up your face, that means you're upside down. I don't know why I know that and remember that.
I will never forget that.
It makes sense,
It
right?
does.
Because they say, I've never been stuck in snow, but I imagine you don't
But that
know how
would be
you are.
Completely disoriented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sharing that wisdom to you, and we'll do more of it.
Yes.
It's the sound of Daily Flash is alive.
This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash. Today's trends tomorrow. So I can't believe you told me how it ended.
Oh, we were talking about the Last of Us and the fact that it was based off a video game.
True.
And I didn't know, I never played that video game, The Last of Us, and my sons all have, and they knew what happened in it, and they were like, you know, it's funny when
old people watch a video game movie and they don't know what happens. I'm like, well, I don't play video games. All right?
The first season was great. The second
Yeah.
season took a bizarre, hard left turn that just was unwatchable.
So think about that. Before we do anything, we got to check in with our stations across the nations. Our boy, James Alexander. We love him. Who's watching us out there?
Yeah, man. And, you know, Flash Family, you can watch us on over 219 stations across the country in the American Forces Network, all of our social media channels. And guess what? Our local friends today,
Yes.
they come from Davenport, Iowa.
Oh, hey.
WQAD-TV.
Really?
And look, did you know? Davenport, Iowa is the birthplace of chiropractic.
No, I did not know.
First
Really?
chiropractic adjustment in the world was performed
No.
in Davenport, Iowa.
I own the first one was a husband trying to, oh, my back. And like, that's the first one. But anyway, what else about it?
So it's also the birthplace of Ringling Brothers. So the Ringling Brothers
I didn't
came
know
from
that.
Davenport, Iowa.
And they went down to
created services
Sarasota.
there. Then they went down to Sarasota.
Very interesting stuff.
Iowa's big time.
And they've also got a great college basketball team right now.
Up in that one?
Well, in Iowa. I can't.
Iowa State, go
Iowa
girls.
State, yeah.
That's Cyclones.
There you go.
Okay.
You know what? After I said it, I didn't realize I said it, but I said, our boy. Is that okay I said that?
Well, no,
I
the
heard
girls
him
do
say
it
that, and
great.
I'm like, are we going to get
Yeah, that's what right. But
I did.
that
I
is
got
the thing,
that.
right? You're not supposed to call black guys boys, right?
Oh, you talking about that part?
When
No,
I
I
said
don't even
boys.
thinking about that.
I know you don't.
we're
I don't even
thinking
think about
about it.
that.
We think
Yeah.
about it because
It's
I'm gonna
like
get
Tropic Thunder.
Yes, exactly.
So
Thank
that
you.
was- that's-
And I've known James for over
No, no.
20 years, and
I
so
don't even think
figured-
about that.
He doesn't.
No.
Okay. So, but I needed. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Right,
'cause
you
I was
You
like,
got- no,
okay,
we're-
oh boy,
we're
we
good,
might
I'm
have this
good.
You're my
conversation.
boy. I should have said my boy, not our boy.
good.
Maybe that's what it
My
was.
boy Blue.
My boy Blue. All right, when you were a young kid and you missed the bus, did you guys have to take a bus going to school?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Big
I had
time.
to take Enzo just the other day, and I said, he goes, well, come on, can we go? I'm going to be late. And I go,
Yeah.
a lack of preparation on your part.
That's right. Exactly. I'm not getting a ticket.
I dropped him off,
Yeah.
right. So anyway, I took him out there. So we go to North Carolina. A 12-year-old boy, he misses his bus, right? Well, he goes, I got to get to school. So he jumps into the family's SUV. I'm going to go back. He's 12 years old. He's driving down to school. He gets there. A copper drives by and says, something's not right here. Probably because of the homemade license plate that mom did. That's the reason he gets pulled over. He gets pulled over. He goes, what are you doing in this car? He goes, man, I got to get to school. He's a 12-year-old boy. So anyway, they take him back. Nobody was hurt. A school resource officer, they escorted him to the school.
Right.
Follow me. I think that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Cops said, listen, make sure you hide the keys away from the kids and everything. But the fake license plate was the reason that he got pulled over.
And
Mom's
his
fault.
mom did
And
that.
his
His
mom
mom's
did
fault.
it.
Why
So
did his mom have a fake license plate?
You know, a lot of times people like, what the excuse I normally hear is they get stolen or they lose their license
Oh,
plate.
yeah, yeah.
But anyway, that's what they got in
Okay.
trouble for, and not for the kid riding to school. But I say the kid should not have gotten in trouble. He was going to school. That's something,
Well,
right?
He has a future in NASCAR.
That is
So he can
true.
drive at
He
12.
doesn't know how to turn left.
Okay.
But I like his ingenuity. I like his sense of urgency. Like, it didn't matter. I'm going to get to school. That's my priority.
How is, but being 12 years, and I used to drive my dad's car when I was like 13 in my mom's station wagon, but we lived way out in the back,
Yeah.
and so there was nobody around. But like when you pull up to school, you're telling all your friends, hey, you guys did it right on?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yes.
I would tell you, the youngest you can drive in the U.S. is 14, which is your learner's permit. Only 5 states, 14 years old. We're in all the states except for Alaska. So Arkansas, Iowa, Kansas, and South Dakota.
Oh.
Yep.
Mississippi, when I was growing up, you could, but they would say it's for the farmers.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so they could drive a.
I mean, you're
Tractor.
already driving big tractors anyway as a kid.
Right.
Yeah.
I did when I was 8. Thank you.
Did you
I
really?
was
Well,
driving-
you're probably taller enough to do it. Help My Home. Jackson and I got some great
Yeah.
stuff there. Plus, we're going to do streaming for the weekend.
Yeah,
coming
stay
up.
with us. Daily Flash returns right after this.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English, along with Andrea Jackson.
And it is time to help your home.
all right.
If you're over that pesky beeping when the batteries start to die on your smoke detector, there is an easy fix.
Please tell me all about this because our go-to home improvement guy, Gator, has the details. Watch this.
I'm going to show you how to install a hardwired smoke detector in your house. It's pretty simple. This is where the smoke detector was. I took it down, didn't work. I'm just installing a newer one. There's a box up here in the wall, an outlet receptacle box, and there's a white wire and a black wire, just like you would have in an outlet or a switch. So first thing you need to do is turn the power off to this. Now, obviously, you're not going to have a breaker that says smoke detector because they're probably going to be tied in with anything nearby, like a nearby room or a hallway or something. So use your meter, which I've already done, get the power turned off. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bracket that holds the smoke detector and I'm going to mount it to the wall up here with the holes that are in this box. And I'm just going to screw it down just like this. Now there's a little pigtail wire harness that comes with your smoke detector. It's only got 3 wires, okay? A red wire, which has a cap on it, your black wire, and your white wire. Black goes to black, which is hot. White goes to white, which is neutral. If you have a red wire up here, then you hook this red wire to it. It's got a cap from the factory, you just pull that off, okay? This is the wire that communicates with your other smoke detectors in your house. If you don't have that and you just don't use it, you hook up these 2. Now, as you see, I've hooked this up black to black, white to white with my little wire caps on here. There's actually 2 black wires here and 2 white because this is hot and the other wire goes to another plug or something. Red wire is not used. You can just push that inside the hole along with your connectors. You take your smoke detector, pop this little cover off, remove this little piece right here. That's for the battery. It's got 1 AA in there. And then you just plug it into this spot right here. After you get it plugged in, you just kind of push the wires back. You put the smoke detector up here like this. You just kind of give it a little turn, lock it in, you're done. Turn the power back on, make sure you got a light. All right then, next.
Thank you there, Gator. That could save your life. So very important stuff there. Hey, if you're new to home improvement, we got some expert advice about beginner DIY tools.
We're starting with a tool that has allowed me to get a ton of projects done all on my own without using power tools, and that is a miter box and handsaw. This completely replaces the power saw for me. It is a lot more work because you are doing hand sawing, but this will allow you to get the cuts to do any kind of trim molding, any kind of baseboards or wood cutting. You can do all of that with a miter box. This whole set with the saw and box is just about $10, so it's very affordable and very beginner friendly. The miter box has different notches on it that allow you to cut 90 degrees, 22.5 degrees, 45 degrees, so you're able to get mitered edges of your trim pieces. This is great for any kind of small molding that's kind of easy to cut through. Any larger wood blocks, I mean, you need a lot of power and a lot of muscle to be able to work through that, but I've done a lot of my trim projects just by using the miter box. So this is perfect for installing picture frame molding, installing baseboards and trim. Any kind of single piece of molding you can cut down using a miter box. You don't really need much experience to use this. Obviously, safety is always top priority when you're using any kind of tool, but using this has allowed me to do a lot on my own. I don't have to wait for someone else to cut anything for me. I can do all of it at home just using this little $10 tool. So if you're also a little bit intimidated by power saws, you can still get all your cuts done all on your own using a miter box. An even simpler way of cutting lightweight thin trim is just using miter shears. These are definitely something that you should add to your tool collection because these make life way easier. You don't have to pull out anything clunky. You can make your corner cuts all using miter shears.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English along with Andrea Jackson. The design world flocked to Florida for KBIS. That's the Kitchen and Bath Industry Show, all to see what's trending in design. Lifestyle editor Joanne Butler joins us now with the scoop. Joanne.
Hey, you know what? One of the biggest shifts we're seeing is how the bathroom is becoming a true wellness space. Design trends focusing on calming environments, nature-inspired aesthetics, and products that are beautiful but also easy to maintain. And that's exactly what Toto is showing here, starting with the new Aurora Washlet Plus S7A. This is a one-piece bidet toilet, sculptural design inspired by natural forms. All the water and electrical connections are concealed, so you get this clean, seamless look. look. But the real breakthrough is on the inside with Toto's new gravity-driven flush system. It has this dual valve nested tank that extends bowl and rim cleaning coverage up to 5 times longer than standard gravity systems, all while being super water efficient. They've also introduced new models for different homeowner needs. The Reddington one-piece, for example, also very clean, architectural lines here, fully skirted profile, easier to clean. There's the Glaston two-piece. This is an updated classic made for extra comfort and optimal performance. And then for design-focused spaces, they've expanded their luxury NeoRest LS and WX1 Smart bidet toilets with new matte black and white finishes. They're just absolutely beautiful.
Ah, okay. Well, what about the kitchen?
Well, when it comes to the kitchen, induction cooking on the rise. In fact, induction appliances will account for nearly 2/3 of cooking appliance sales by 2028. And luxury appliance brand SKS has been leading this trend for years. This is their new 36-inch Pro range. It has the most powerful induction cooktop, 7,000 watt heating, pro grade, a full-size steam combination oven. So it literally lets you cook like a pro. And it does so many things: steam convection, steam sous vide, air fry, advanced convection modes, just really enabling you to cook like a pro, consistent results every time for home cooks. It's actually a finalist for the Best of KBIS Awards this year. Next, their LG Signature Fridge. This is engineered to disappear in your home. It requires no, construction. 45-inch thinner insulated doors, true flush alignment, so it looks like a built-in. And it has these drawers that convert from a freezer to a fridge, so it's totally customizable. It makes amazing craft ice, so it's just next level when it comes to entertaining.
Joanne, where can folks go if they want more info?
Check out our website, lifeminute.tv. We'll have more goodies there for you on home design.
And as Lent begins, seafood becomes a go-to for many households. We got a few simple ideas to make dinner easier, more flexible, and full of flavor.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Hill Booker, chef and Maury's maestro. For many households, Lent is rooted in tradition, but it's also a time when people refresh mealtime routines. As seafood takes center stage, flexibility and flavor are becoming just as important as tradition itself. The Lenten season naturally gets people thinking about seafood, but sometimes they're intimidated by preparing it. What I love about Maury's is it's ready when you are. When seafood is already seasoned and sauced, we can focus more on exploring new flavors, new sides, and new moments. That freedom matters, especially for shoppers who feel unsure navigating a traditional seafood counter or planning meals around a tight expiration window. Approachable, chef-crafted options can remove the pressure and make seafood feel more inviting for everyday meals. When seafood fits your schedule, it gives you the freedom to enjoy it on your own terms. This Lent, explore seafood without limits. Learn more at Maury's.com.
In honor of National Caregivers Day, we are joined by Dr. Lakeland Eichenberger and Maureen Walsh. So, Doctor, tell us about the Home Instead and how you help families.
Home Instead provides in-home care for older adults, helping them age safely and comfortably with dignity and joy in the place they love most, their home. And for more than 30 years, we've supported families through personalized, relationship-based care delivered by our trained care professionals in communities around the world. Our care pros assist with everyday needs like personal care, companionship, meal preparation, mobility support, and specialized care for people living with memory loss or chronic conditions. And we also take a connected care approach, combining relationship-based support with technology to provide real-time updates and shared care information so families stay informed and feel confident even when they can't be there. And today, Home Instead has more than 650 locations across the US and Canada and over 60,000 care pros providing that trusted care to families every day.
What do you want people to understand about caregiving and the role care pros play?
Caregiving is about so much more than just completing those tasks. It's really about building relationships. And our care pros take time to truly get to know the people they support, their routines, preferences, personalities, and what brings them comfort and joy. And that consistency builds trust within the home, and it helps older adults feel safe, respected, and understood day to day. And over time, that steady presence allows the care pros to really anticipate the needs and adapt to the needs as they change.
And Maureen, this one's for you. Why did you decide to become a care pro?
Well, I have been a Care Pro since 2019, and I grew up in a family of caregivers, doctors, nurses, other health professionals. And even though I did not go into that as a career, I grew up in that atmosphere of, caring for other people, of service to other people. And so when I was looking for part-time work later in my life, it just seemed natural to me to want to work with other people and to be a meaningful part of their lives.
Where can our viewers go for more information?
To learn more about Home Instead, you can visit homeinstead.com to find a location near you and inquire about services.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll post this information on our website at dailyflashshow.com/FMI.
Moving right along, digital payments have officially become the lifeblood of our economy. The biggest surprise? It's actually small businesses leading the charge. Denise Leonard with Zelle shares more.
Zelle has really become the lifeblood of the way that people in America send digital payments. We have approximately 8 million small businesses using Zelle. And they're using Zelle not only to get paid, but then also to be able to do things like buy supplies or also to be able to pay their employees. So it really becomes this network effect. We also had 100 million accounts transact on Zelle in December alone, indicating that we are the most popular way to send digital payments in the United States. So in the memo field, people can put down the purpose of their payment. And what we're seeing is that not only do you have these everyday purchases like rent or paying the babysitter, but also these pop cultural moments. And that's why Zelle has become so popular, because it not only takes care of the everyday expenses, but also those special moments as well. You can go to Zelle.com in order to learn more.
It's time for a stream for the weekend. This is where we let you know what you need to binge watch this weekend. Jackson, what do you got?
I think we're going down a planes, trains, and automobiles pathway
really?
here. My pick for the weekend is Hijack Season 2 on Apple TV, starring Idris Elba.
So it's true then?
You're not going to like it.
This is a counter-terrorism issue. Sam Nelson flew into Berlin yesterday.
First season took place on a plane.
Okay.
Second season now on a train, and it's great. And I love him. He's terrific in everything.
Can you hijack a car? That would be the automobile
I think
part.
we're going to be. I think third season hijacking a car, and then there's going to be a trio and a box set.
Is this based off of like a line of books or anything like that?
Not that I'm aware of.
It was just,
no.
they did well the season one, so they thought they were great. Okay, very cool. So I keep seeing it. I want to check it out. You gave me the recommendation. I'm going to do it. Glenn Powell stars in the reboot of The Running Man. It's now streaming on Paramount Plus. It's where survival is ratings and losing is not an option. No, we're not talking about Daily Flash. We're talking about The Running Man.
It's just another day on our show.
That's right.
35, married, one child, in medical crisis.
We need money for a doctor now.
Ben, watch yourself.
Employment status, blacklisted. But the's still a way out for you. It's the biggest show in the country.
Bloodlust is our birthright! Set it free! Welcome to The Running Man.
All right. Well, unlike the 1987 Arnold Schwarzenegger version, I actually kind of lean hard into campy action, some one-liners as well. The reboot that that's out now actually sticks closer to Stephen King's novel. It's got a kind of a grittier, more realistic edge to it. The characters are not as hokey, I guess is the best thing.
Yeah, I can see that.
But it's closer to what Stephen King actually wanted. I think it's a fun, if it's on Paramount Plus, so a good watch at least for the weekend if you missed it in the theaters.
It was okay. I wasn't crazy about it. I kind of got bored halfway through, and I'm like, okay, this isn't, it just wasn't going anywhere for me as a viewer, but I mean, I wanted to like it.
It was nostalgia for me to watch it, and I was like seeing how they might have done a little bit different. This one, very good version of it. I liked it as well. That does it for our show. We want to thank you for spending time with us.
For more information on any of today's stories, be sure to visit our website, dailyflashshow.com.
Have a good weekend, y'all. Bye-bye.